Good morning. Welcome to day number 7 of the 100-day project. This is day number 6. Video is up. You're welcome to go watch it if you like. And let's get on with today's project. Do you remember the other day that we made these papers that I accidentally tore with my tape, so I went ahead and cut them up. Actually, I tore them apart, and a few of them I put on cardboard to show you a few things you could do with them. And I showed you how you could use them to make tags or just a variety of things, you know, put them in your journals, things like that. Well, the ones that I put on the cardboard, I am going to play with today. Actually, I've already played with 3 of them, so I'll show you what they are so far. They're just little journals, little junk journals. And this one has a few little pieces of trim on it. I didn't put a lot because I want to be able to take these apart, because eventually I will work in them and I need to be able to take them apart. And I didn't really like these that well anyway, so I probably will replace them or just put ribbon on these after I've worked in them and finished them. I don't know, we'll see. But this is just an idea of what you can do with them. All I did was take things out of my little tote over there that I save that I could use for a later date. And some of this is not junk. Some of it is actual like scrapbook paper and stuff like that. So it's really not a full junk journal, but it's close enough. This is just a coffee filter and some tags from things and some pieces of fabric, cardboard from a tissue box, a tag that's not finished, an index card that's kind of just, I don't know, finished but not finished, piece of paper that has paint on that I was scrubbing off. It's actually a piece of packing paper. And this is one of the envelopes. There are videos for these envelopes that I made. They're made from 12 by 12 sheets of paper. You can get 2 envelopes, and I usually do a bunch of stitching all over them, and they turn out really cute. And they're just little pockets. They're not really envelopes, sorry. They're pockets. And but there is a video for that. I think it's called Pockets and Posies or something like that. So, and that one was just stuck on the front like this. But this one here, I didn't leave enough room for holes without going through the paper, and I didn't want to go through the paper on this particular one, so I just glued it to a piece of canvas. And then this is a piece of embroidery work that my mother did with her embroidery machine on a shirt that she used to wear, and she's not with me anymore. She's been gone a long time. And I kept some things like this off of her clothes, and I just used a piece in this journal. This is an index card that's got excess paint wiped off on it. It's not finished. Could be finished if you like it, but could be worked on too. And another tag, and some more of the packing paper, and a little piece of box that I cut apart and did some doodling on, and I haven't, you know, painted or watercolored it or anything like that. A coffee filter, a parking stub from a long time ago. This is a card that some buttons came on, some porcelain buttons, and a tag folded in half with some stuff stuck in it. This is another piece of box that I covered with paper to make a tag, and this is just a piece of a seed catalog that I liked the colors and the people on it, and this is a piece of book page, and then a tag that was just some excess washi tape put on it, and a piece of stamp that I was working with that I wanted to get the rest of the ink off, and so I stamped it on there, so it's just kind of, you know, waiting to be worked on. And one of the coffee sleeves, and then one of the envelopes, no, I keep calling it envelope, pockets. One of the pockets that I created that I told you there's a video of, and I haven't done any stitching on here, so I'd probably take this off, take this apart, because usually what I do is stitch this a lot and then stitch it together, but these are glued because I just wanted to get it together for this book. On these 2, I did not put the ribbons and trims because, like I said, I want to take them apart. But this I did because I just wanted to show you how I did it, you know, how I was thinking of doing it. And then the one I'm going to do today, I'll probably do the same thing. And this one is just put together. I did put the holes into the white paper just because I felt like doing it. And then this is just clipped in here because I didn't know where to put it exactly right away, but I like it clipped in. And this is clipped in, and this is a tag that's partially done. And another piece of fabric. Eventually I will stitch it together and maybe put some stitching on here and do some cool stuff. And this is a tag, another tag from a bag that I got. Some embossing on some paper, packing paper, scrapbook paper, and then one of those pockets. Got it right this time. Okay, so let me put this off to the side. Here's the one that I haven't put together yet. So I've got my cardboard piece with my little heart on it, and I've got some pieces here that I will put together to make a journal, and I thought I would do one with you so that you could get an idea of how I do it. This is a box that I was going to get rid of that had some poop bags in it that I used to pick up poop for my dogs, so we don't walk around and poop all the time out in the backyard, because they play out there a lot. You know, we play frisbee and everything, so we pick it up. And when they're on walks, and I wanted to keep this little section here because it's just so cute with a little window, and I'll keep the rest for tags or something else, but I'm going to take this box apart off camera, and when I come back I'll just have this section right here. And I thought it would be cute with something showing through like that. So let me get this box torn apart and cut up so that I have what I want, and then I'll come back and we'll continue. Okay, I have my box taken apart. So I'll use this piece, and all I do is start lining up pages and fabric and things like that that I like to see where it might look good, and then just put them in order that I like, and I cut holes and I attach them. I use the ring binders like I showed you in the other ones, but I have a couple here. They're like this that I might use for this one. So I'm going to use this as a guide. I like things to stick out longer than they than the actual cover, so I'm okay with it going, you know, past it, but I don't really want a straight edge too much. This would be perfect if it were just cut off about there. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear it. Use this for something else, and tear the part off at the top. And I'll use it like that, I think. Okay, so we don't need that. This will go in here. And this is probably not the order that things are going to go in. It's just how I'm doing it now, just to get an idea of where the holes are going to go. Fold this in half. This does have a straight edge. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to leave that. And I'll leave it long like that. The tag, I didn't fold it in half like this on the other ones. I kind of went up to the hole because I want this hole to be loose so that I can put a ribbon in there later on if I want to. Let's fold this in half. Okay, and lay that there. And my tag, I'll stick that there. And here's a tag that'll go on here. This is one of those pockets. Oh wait, I'll glue that together in a second. This I'll leave out until later. I might glue it or staple it in. There's a coffee filter. Let's fold that in half and use that. And here's this coffee sleeve. I'll do that last because it doesn't fit long enough and I don't want to do it this way, so it just goes in one hole. So I'll do that last. And this one I'll clip in later. And then here's another little embossing paper I played with. Here's some fabric, then a tag. So this one I need to glue just to shut it so it doesn't flop open. Like I said, I usually do a lot of stitching. What I'll usually do is take this to a sewing machine, stitch it, put ribbons and things like that on it. I glue some flowers and things like that. Then I bring it together and I stitch it like this to be closed, and then it usually has a border up top here, like something like this is planned to go on it, but it gets stitched down. But today it's just going to get glued. Later I might come back and take it all apart and do the stitching the way I like to do it. Done enough. Okay, so this will be the back. So what I like to do first is just figure out where the holes are going to go on here, and I don't have to measure. I'm just going to gauge where the holes could be, like right here, and let's do it right there. And I have a hole punch, and I'm going to put the holes in. And it's right close to the edge where it's weak, so if it ripped, I would eventually just take this off and glue it on something and put it back on. So then I'm gonna take I'll take this back out of order. I'm gonna take the papers that are easiest to do. What I wanna do is put the holes in the rest of this, but I have fabric and lightweight pieces, so, and the punch will go through the fabric, but I like to layer them in between cardstock and things like that so that it has an easier time instead of just going through the fabric by itself. So I'm gonna line things up kind of where I want them. It's not perfect, it's just a junk journal, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this in here. And put that here. And I'll put this on top so that it has something to go through. And this one too. I put my cover on and then I'll clip it. And then I'll mark where the holes go. I'm going to clip the end again, just to help hold it. And then I will punch the holes. The fabric does fray a little bit, so I just cut that off. Then I'll slide this over and do the other side. Then I still have a few more pieces to do. Then I go back and I start putting them in the order that I want them. And I'm going to sort of separate them out by size. All right, so this is my front piece, and what I want next is what? Something colorful, maybe the paper. Yeah, I like that. It could be the fabric, and then the paper. I think the paper, then the fabric. So I'm gonna line these holes up and we're gonna stick them in here after we get them lined up. Okay, now if I can get them apart. Oh my goodness, these are the hardest D-rings to get apart that I've ever worked with. It hurt my hands so bad. And I pushed and pushed. You can still see the indentions. I even got a rag, like a towel, and pushed and tried to twist apart and pull. I got one, and the others, I mean, I had to go get a pair of my needle nose pliers and kind of scratch and scrape and push and hold a towel and pull it apart. My hands are sore now. Once these are on, they are never coming off again because I'm not working with them anymore. I don't like them. I have had these forever. They're 7 Gypsies, I think. So they're really old, but that shouldn't mean that they wouldn't come apart. I don't know. It was like they were soldered together here. And I mean, I can't move them. I'm gonna have to wait till my husband comes home and do the rest of them just to have them apart. So when I need them, they're there. Okay, little rant over. That was painful, very painful. All right, what was I doing? I don't even know what I was doing. Oh, I was putting these in order of how I wanted them. All right, so those are in, and then these can be clipped in. So let's get a couple clips. Okay, I got a couple of clips, so we'll find a page that these look cute on. And this is gonna have to be cut a little bit, I think. It's a little bit too long. Okay, and then I have some ribbons over here. I'm just going to put them on my little sides here and call this done because I'm done playing with that. All right, so let's cut some. This is just muslin that I sprayed with fabric sprays. And I made a bunch of them in different colors. And there's a video about it. I think it's in actually one of the 100-day project videos from the past. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's about all I'm going to do for this today. I think it's cute, although it irritated the heck out of me to have my hands hurting to do those D-rings. I've got some more ribbon here. Maybe I'll put one in this tag back here. There's two more actually. So I'll just go ahead and put one here just for the fun of it. I like fibers and ribbons and things hanging from things that I do. One more here. Why not? Sorry, Phoebe. Phoebe doesn't like green so much. I don't know. I think I've converted her a little bit. All right. Good enough. For now, that's where we're stopping. One day, maybe during the 100 days, maybe never. Maybe, I don't know, when I'm 90, I don't know, I'll come back and I'll play in these and take them apart. And also, I may one day decide I don't like them anymore and I'll just take everything apart and use them for something else. I mean, nothing is set in stone except these things. These things are set in stone. You can never open them. And once you open them and get them back together, that's it. It's like Hotel California. You can never leave. Okay. All right, I hope this gives you a couple of ideas to use yours if you made some of these. They're cute, they're fun, they're just little junkie journals. And I will see you tomorrow for day number, what is tomorrow? I'm keeping track this way. Tomorrow will be day number 8. All right, guys, have a great evening or afternoon or whatever it is, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.